Hey, good afternoon to all of you. Although maybe you may open it at night or maybe in the morning, depends on your preference. So we will continue our lessons we already discussed in the class, but I will create a follow-up video, a tutorial on how to create simple Windows applications using Visual Studio 2022. You have already the assignment to create an interface like this. This is a simple form containing some of the text box and then some labels and then some buttons. And this one, the big one, the gray one, is the text data grid view. Okay, I will proceed to explain one by one. Okay, how to create a new project? Yes, simply by tapping file and then you can create a new project over here. But make sure that you already save your previous project before continue creating a new project. And then for now, we will continue our lessons and defining every ID of each text box, which we already designed last meeting. Okay, for example, the form name will be form 1 by default. You can see in the right section over here, the properties one, that the name of the form will be form 1. And then next one, the name for the first text button, which have the label nama on the left, will be text nama. And then number handphone will be txt mobile. Pembayaran will be txt pembayaran. The name will be txt name. And status bayar will be txt status. By I update something in here, so to prevent the user from changing the status by using read only. Where's the read only one? Read only true over here. So the status bar cannot be modified. The status of payment will be shown based on our calculations. If the payment more than 250,000 rupiah, which is the usual number of our field trip payment, it will be the text will be lunas, and then below that will be belum lunas atau tidak lunas. The next one, there is tombol simpan. The name will be button save, and then batal, button cancel. Lalu our data grid view name will be data peserta, and then this is a column for searching. Although this is not really mandatory, but if you want to try, you can try to create this chari, searching from the number of the from the database using like person something. Yeah, I forgot the query, but the query is kind of simple. It depends. You need to have the first one will be your MySQL connections. We are using the NuGet widget, yeah, to connect to our MySQL database. And this is button chari to trigger the searching functions. But in this tutorial, I will not speak a lot about these functions because it is just a plus functions if you can add one. But if you didn't use this one, you can just delete it. Yeah, it is not mandatory to have a search button. Yeah, but if you want to, you can add it and we will program it later. And then this is a tumble update. Button update will be available when we already clicking something from this data peserta, and then the tumble update can be clicked when we already select a cell or a column or row in the data peserta, and then the same behavior also applies to delete. And if you want to cancel the delete or update, you can click button and then it will continue to the it will clear the selections and then back to the first row of data peserta. So we will now continue, but before that, you already have an assignment to create a simple database on XMPP. Sorry, on MySQL. Yeah, we are using my XMPP in here. So you have to start the MySQL server and Apache server, and then you can access the admin site in here. Okay, yeah, I know because I closed it forcefully. Since I'm using MacBook, I have to use virtual machines to enable uh, Windows system on Mac. Sadly, since based on my previous explanations, that Mac OS did not support any new any Visual Studio, and the support for Visual Studio for Mac is already deprecated on August 2024. So it is kind of sad. We have a database in here, database field trip. This is the name, DB field trip, and then we have one table named Peserta. Well, it's kind of slow. Okay, and the structure of Peserta consists ID and then nama and then name and then mobile and then pembayaran. Yeah, this is the structure of our table. The ID, the type of the data will be integer and the number of the character will be 10, and then we have nama using variable character 100, and then name integer 10, mobile variable character 15, pembayaran integer 10, and then the ID will be our primary key, and it has an extra properties which is auto increment. So if you are creating a new row, it will automatically add the ID to the data that you insert into database. So we didn't have to pushing with our ID, since the name will be our favorite identification number that maybe we can use. Why this is this is duplicate. Yeah, I will delete this one first. Oh, no, I will delete it later when we already create the application. So for now, we are going to the Visual Studio and then we will start programming. If you still remember when we are programming about Android and using Android Studio, the main functions, if we want to create an action for every button, we have to use click listener. You view on click listener. Okay, but in this case, in Visual Studio, you didn't have to specify the type of the what you call it, action, but you just simply double tap each button and it will create a new functions and also the behavior or the trigger of every actions when you are accessing that button. For example, button simpan, we just simply double click and then it will create a new method. Button save click with the object will be based on the sender and already the handling exceptions for the event. The same applies to battle, and then we click each button in here. Okay, and then update and then delete. And also, since we will select something from this grid view, we will double click in here as well. Okay, that's our trigger for the events. And for now, we will declare every details. The first one will be the details of our server. We will create a constanta, which is a string. String name server lock will be localhost. Yeah, if you put the server on your own hosting, you just change the localhost to your preferred domain name or your IP address of the hosting. Const string user ID will be root, I think. Okay. Sorry, my bad. This is keyboard is not good in at home. Okay, and then our password. Since we didn't mention any password, so the password will be blank, and then the database. The name of database will be DB Practicum field trip. Okay, and then our connects to the server, which is another string. Okay, make sure you take notes carefully every spaces. The name of each variable should be the same name. Yeah, you have to be cautious because Visual Studio is case sensitive. Okay, and then after that, our password will be the password, and then the next one, the important one, is our database. Okay, this is our connection string to the server. So when we are defining the server properties, when we are using MySQL Connect later on, not MySQL Connect, I think MySQL adapter, this is the string that we will use to have the connections to the server. And then what is the functions of form1? Form1, it will be executed, will be started at begin of the applications. Yeah, it is raining kind of hard outside over there. If you are listening some noises, just ignore it. Okay, when we are starting the applications, there are some things that we want to trigger. The first one will be our show data. Okay, this is our own functions to show the data, to select the data from the server and then put it in our data Puserta that is designed in here in our data grid view. Yeah, I will save first and then creating a new private void show data. Okay, like this. Okay. After that, yeah, we will create functions in CRUD, which is reading from the data. We will read the data from database. We already plan. We have already put some data in here, which is our ID, nama, name, and mobile for 3 ID in here. Where are the 2 and the 5th is duplicate, but it's okay for now. We will delete later on. And for here, we will use the query when we are trying to select the data from the table. We have to use select all, which is what you call that? Bintang bahasa Inggrisnya apa ya? Appendix. Yeah. Select bintang, not star, I think. Yeah, I will search later on. Okay. The query for selecting data. Okay. String query will be select bintang from peserta. Peserta is the name of the database table which we already configured in our database. This is the name of the table peserta and this is the name of our database. So make sure we have the same name, the same case applied. Yeah, if you use uppercase, then use uppercase. If you are lowercase, using lowercase, just use lowercase. But the best practice when we are trying to create a query to database, we are using the functions, the query, the main query of the SQL using uppercase, and then the value or the properties of the table using lowercase. This is an unwritten rules, but it is better to do it that way. Sorry, how to scroll in Windows? This one. Yeah, since MacBook have a different behavior. Using MySQL connection. Okay, new connection. The connection will be cserve. Okay, and then wait, what happening here? And then we are using another parameter, which is MySQL command minus command, and then the query and the connections. So for now, this is our way to communicate with the database. Yeah, we are declaring a new connection, MySQL connection con, using MySQL connections with the parameter cserve that we already mentioned in here. The server name, the server locations, the user ID, the password, and then database name. And then after that, we are using MySQL command, a new command which is cmd, as the new MySQL command, using the query select all from peserta, and then the connections, which is our server location, server properties. But if you have difficulties with this parameter, you have to make sure that from the tools over here and the NuGet Package Manager, you have to enable the MySQL adapter. I already installed that one. Wait. MySQL data in here by Oracle. So if you are you haven't installed the package manager, just browse here and then select the MySQL data. Okay, now I will close these solutions. Okay, it will enable you to communicate with the database, and from the import in here, it will show that we are using the MySQL data, MySQL client. This is based on our NuGet package manager that we already enabled before. Okay, so we will continue to our show data, and then we will open the connections. We will open the connections and then triggering. Okay, using the MySQL, oops, I've data adapter, yeah, like this. This is autocomplete, yeah, I love autocomplete. Okay, and then we are declaring a new data table, which is a DT, that will be filled with the result of our query from database, which is after we execute the select all from peserta, it will be converted, or it will fill the data adapter that we already declared in here. Sorry, my bad. New data table. My bad. Okay, and then the data source will be, sorry, yeah, you have to make sure that you pay attention to case sensitive variable name. Data peserta, which is the name of data grid view that we already declared in our design, this one. Yeah, the name will be data peserta. Yeah, if you haven't renamed the data grid in here, yeah, basically the default name will be data grid view 1. Yeah, so make sure that you already rename every button, every text box, every data grid view in our design to follow this tutorial. Yeah, if you don't want to rename that way, you have to make sure that you select a proper button or elements in our design. auto, wait, columns mode. Okay, this is it, and then it will fill all the data grid view based on our data from the database in here. So after we finish that line, we will oh, we have to declare the structure, the header of each column. Okay, we will make the ID over here. We don't want to, how to do alt tab in window. Oh, this is alt tab. Yeah, sorry, because it's been a long time I'm not operating any Windows computer. Okay, ooh, fancy. Okay, so we want show the ID value over here. We will only show the nama, name, mobile, and pembayaran in on our data grid view. So we will hide the first column. Column 0 visible will be false. Okay, and then data peserta dot columns 1. Oops, my bad. What the header text will be nama, and then to fast forward our editing, I will just copy this one and paste it. Yep. 2, 3, and 4. Nama, and then name, and then no HP, and then pembayaran. Okay, that's all. Yeah, we're done, and then we can try to run the applications. Hopefully there's nothing wrong about it, and it will take time since I'm working in a virtual box or virtual machine environment. It will consume the number of the CPU from the actual my MacBook, and also the RAM. I set the RAM file value around 4 GB, but the core only 2, I believe. I only use 2 cores. Okay, see, we already display the data from our database, and later on when we are clicking this value over here, it will change each field over here. So after we already showed the data, now if the user haven't create any data or haven't insert any data, they have to insert something. So by default, it is mandatory to enables the button simpan first before we show the data. But if we didn't have any data, this value will be empty, and it is not a problem. So for now, we will enable a functions for a user to insert any data, and we will close this preview. Okay, so for now we will program the button save click to take all of the data that we insert into the form inside of a text box, and then add it into our database in table peserta as a new row. So let's start. The query when we are trying to insert something into the database will be insert into the table name, and then the structure of the table, and then the values. Okay. Okay, a string query insert into peserta. Okay, nama, name, mobile, and then pembayaran. Yeah, just look up here. Yeah, this is the structure. And I still remember the code, so it is not a problem. And then values will be nama, name, bayaran, like this. Okay. And then after this, yeah, the same applies with our previous connections to database. We will use these two commands. So I will just copy and paste. Yeah, I'm kinda lazy for now. Yeah, because it is raining outside. I want to run so bad, but I cannot run since it's raining. So, is it your fault? No, this is my fault. Man always wrong. Bercanda. Connections will be open. After that, we will add some parameters. Adding some parameters from our forms as inputs. Comment that parameters add with value, and then we name it at nama. Okay, taken from this dot txt nama text apa dot text. Okay, so as usual, this is the same command. So I will just copy and paste. The next one will be name from txt name. Okay, the next one will be mobile from txt mobile. The last one will be pembayaran. Okay. Oops, my bad. Yeah, I I entered the command S rather than Control S because in MacBook we always use a command, not Control. Yeah, so that's why some of the users someday we will have a lot of comments where they love to call following comments, but sometimes they not usually to be controlled. It's different from the Windows person. They love to control everything and sometimes ignoring any comments. That's just a joke. Okay. Checking the number of rows affected in. Okay, so we are checking the number of rows affected based on our parameters that we already add over there. Integer rows affected. We will execute the query, and then if rows affected more than 0, there will be a success. The data is added. What else? Data were not added. Okay. Message box that show data berhasil ditambahkan. Tambahkan. Like this. But if you are failed, it is data gagal ditambahkan. Okay, as simple as that. And then after that, we are closing the application, closing the connection. And then show the data. Okay. That's after we are saving something. So when we are trying to run the applications after this, we almost finished the codes. I think almost is never enough. No. I don't know what happened to me. Yeah, I love to make a lot of jokes. So I will create a new one, which is named Mika. The name will be, I don't know, 2481, sorry, 218150, like this. Number phone will be 0813 blah 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 blah. It's not really important. The payment will be 250,000, and then simpan. Okay, and it will refresh the database. This is the functions of our show data. When we already create the data, we already insert the data, it will refresh the data grid view to take the data from the database and then display data grid view. I want to delete this one so bad, but before that we have to enable this data grid view to be selectable, and then after we already trigger that we already make sure that we can select the data grid view, and then we will proceed to have the program from update and delete. Okay, so for now, yeah, we will program the data peserta cell contents click. I will move this one. Bye bye. Ding, 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 ding. And then move up here, just right here. Okay. Okay. When the data grid view cells where click. Okay, so in here we have to what you call it, we have to count the number of the row in here, and then if the number of the row is greater than 0, yeah, it will enables the event to be click if a dot row index, this one, arguments greater than 0, txt status, the text, yeah, will be none. Yeah, okay. When we are selecting something and if the payment is not right, is not meet, yeah, for example, we didn't have any data in here. When we are clicking the database, since there's no data, the status bar will be nothing. There will be nothing, not lunas, no data, etc. We just write it nothing. Okay, we will count, we will select selecting, oops, the row index, data peserta dot current row dot index. Okay, like this. Okay, fill all the text box with the data from data grid view. Okay, I will scroll first and to make it much more comfortable in here. Text and nama dot text will be data peserta dot rows e. Okay, rows e, yeah, e, it is the index, and then dot cells, the cell 0 cells 1 dot value dot toString. Okay, cells 1. The same applies to every text box. The next one will be text name. Cells 2, cells 3, cells 4. txt mobile, txt pembayaran. Okay. And a unique way, since we want to program that the form will be displayed as lunas if the number of payment is greater than 250,000. So we will create a simple logic in here to check okay. Okay. Data peserta rows E cells for dot value. Okay, it cannot be converted object to integer. Okay, what's wrong in here? Oh, we have to convert um, to integer 32. Okay, and just like this. Okay, after we convert the value from string to integer, and then if nominal greater than greater 250,000, text status lunas. Else what is, I hate this keyboard. Okay. Okay, is there anything that we want to add? Yeah, we want to add something, for example, yeah, to enable the every button, but I think that will be later on. Okay, I'm just try. Yeah, this is the debugging. You didn't have to do it frequently. You can finish the code, and then after that you can check each parameter. Okay, see if we click over here. Wait, why it is not responding to the event? Okay, the event is okay, it's triggered over here. You know, why it is triggering on no more handphone? Okay, we will change the focus to the Nama instead. Okay, see. Yeah, this is the trigger over here. Okay, later on. I have to check this property over here. Default cell style, default card headers data. Okay, column header boleh, card default style right to left. Okay, column. Okay, user to add row kita we will set it to false, false and false, everything to false. Yeah, to make sure that the user cannot to make sure that the user cannot edit the data from directly to the table. And then enable section row header select. No, that index will be 9. No, there's nothing in here. Where's the private? I don't know where's the default selector. Multi-select read only enable. But it's not a problem since we can edit. Later I will adjust the properties later on. I will tell you in the class if I found it. Yeah, since the last time I teach this course when I'm still using the Visual Basic, I believe in 2007, 2019. It's 5 years ago. Okay, it's been a long time for me to still understand the IDE. Okay. After this, after we already can select the data, we will enable the user to have uh, to be able to update the data. So now the data button update will be our uh, next code. Okay, I will move it up here. Oops, my bad. Okay, the code will be the same. Okay, with our previous inserting data. Inserting data. Okay, over here. So I will just copy this one. The query will be different, but the codes will be the same. Okay. In here, the query for updating, instead of using insert, we are using update. Update peserta set nama mobile pembayaran where name okay, that's it. And then data the update. Yeah, the code will be the same. This is the reusing every code. Yeah, since the parameters will be the same. Okay, the query is the one that is different from every from the inserting data to the database. And also the same happens applied to the update button. Oops, sorry, pardon. Delete button. For deleting data. Okay, the query will be different, but the structure of the code will be the same. Delete from peserta where name. Oops, like this. Okay, and then after that the parameters, we just select the name. Other than that, we delete. We are not using any parameters, so it will create a good behavior for us to only use parameters based on our activities. If you are not using any other parameters, then don't use it. Okay, this is a big one. Okay, and now we will try to start here. Oh wait. Oh no, it's okay. See, I want to delete this one so bad. Okay, but before that I will try to see the status bar is changing. It takes time to be selected. Okay, now it is Lunas. Yeah, okay, I think it is based on my computer performance only. I'm still curious why I can only select this one. I want to select this one or the full header. Yeah, I have to specify that one. Yeah, if I select over here, the value is 200,000 rupiah only. It's not Lunas yet, but I can update in here. Okay, sorry, my bad. I haven't changed anything. I will update. See, when I click this one, it is already Lunas, and then when I'm delete, the data will be deleted. But since the name is the same, the both data will be deleted. So this is the main functions of create, read, update, and delete. And if you want to customize anything else, you can add the good governance to the applications. For example, when we are creating a data from data grid view, the other button simpan cari will be disabled. When we are adding something, we are selecting this text box, the update, the delete, and will be disabled, but simpan and batal will be enabled. Okay, for now we will create a simple preference to for the applications to run much more smoothly. Okay, this first one will be based on when we are opening the applications. Okay, when we are opening the applications, after showing the data, and then we will disable some of the buttons. For example, button delete, enabled false, button what after that, update, enabled false, button cancel, enabled false, like this. So when we are starting, we cannot select delete, update, cancel before we are selecting data from the data grid view. After that, I want to make some rules. When I'm selecting something from the data peserta in here, data grid view, the text and name will be false, disabled. Why? Because the name is our main parameters when we are selecting data. So we have to make sure that the user cannot edit the name. If the user want to edit the name, they have to delete the data first. Okay. Button save, we disable that one too. And then button update, we will enable true. Later on, I will. And then next one, button cancel. Okay, we will enable the button delete and cancel. Okay. When we are, we haven't programmed the button cancel. We have to program that one first. The cancel button will delete the data from each text box, and then we will refresh the data from the database. Okay, so for now we will program the button cancel. Where is the button cancel? Over here. Yeah, it will delete data. Okay, I think I have to declare the delete data. Okay, in here it's okay. Okay, and then showing the data. Okay, after that we will enable the name and every disabled uh, text box on our previous code. Button update. Oops, my bad. I hit it. What am I hitting? What? 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 Okay. Okay. And then from delete data, we just empty every text box. Yeah, everything. Oh, wait, there's double dot in here. Okay, and then the xt status, last one. Why okay? No, it's not okay. And then text then name. Focus. What? What happened to my C? I cannot. Something wrong with my keyboard in here. Okay, so this is it. Okay, and then button cancel already programmed, and we will just run for the last time. Okay, see, by default the delete and update is not clickable. The cari, yeah, we can select that one, but we haven't programmed it. Yeah, I will program it using my latest module, I think, but later on I will add Felicia. The name will be, I don't know what is her name, 132 something. Okay, and then the payment will be 200,000. After we simpan, data is added, and then if we want, when we already click this one, we cannot select the simpan, but we can select the update, delete, and also batal. Okay, that's all for the short tutorials when you are trying to create something. For the cari functions, that is your assignment. That is your challenge. I will send you the codes, I mean the pseudo codes, and then you will find the way uh, to enable the cari functions. It's kind of simple. You have to find the query, and then everything it is based on our show data in here. See the query, this one, selecting based on our text box, will define the data in here based on the row affected by our query. Jadi itu aja tutorial buat hari ini teman-teman. Have a nice day semuanya. Sampai jumpa besok pagi di kelas.